I wanted to bring up a little discussion video from the past comments I've seen on the past couple of pieces of gear we've talked about. And over the past about maybe month and a half, we've talked about the Leica Q2, the Ricoh GR3, and this whole thing in comments and discussions on forums and videos, Instagram, etc., is specialty cameras. What are the point? Why use them? Why are they so expensive? What's the point, etc.? I really just want to kind of touch upon that a little bit. Even the bridge camera thing that was, people have been complaining about too. Is just, well, what's the point? Why not just get a real camera that does everything, which doesn't exist, and just really tackle the specialty thing and maybe why people buy them. So basically some of the common things that get argued is why do specialty cameras, lenses and everything exist? Why do they make sense? Really, it just comes down to one of the main things being asked is, do they make sense? Do these specialty cameras, and it goes beyond cameras, it goes to lenses and a lot of pieces of gear out there. What defines specialty? What defines why it's so expensive? And all depending on who's discussing that. And there's really kind of 2 points to this. There's 2 types of people that argue this thing where specialty cameras, they're useless, they're pointless. It's too common to the thought that if you can't afford it, it's not good. While that's obviously not true, that's the one part. And the other part is that that person making that comment also has never used that specialty piece of gear before. Nothing like it, nothing in that range to really understand and fully experience why someone might pick up a point and shoot style Ricoh GR3 compared to an actual Fuji XT3 or X Pro 2 or a Leica camera, etc. Without fully understanding the gear and the features and everything that it offers. It's just kind of a blanket, uneducated statement at that point. What it really all comes down to is, why do you care how someone else spends their money? Why do you care if someone buys a $5,000 Leica Q2 where, yes, of course it's expensive, but you're in the photography, possibly videography genre niche where it is very expensive for everything. Even a tripod can cost, a great tripod, carbon fiber, very portable, can cost over $1,000. That might be worth more than some of you guys and girls who are watching this video's cameras at that point. But that being said, it's not your money that this person or whatever you're reading is spending. It's their own, and they can do whatever they want. And there is a thing about specialty cameras, in my opinion. They serve a specific use for a job that they do. The Ricoh line, especially the GR2, the GR3, have been very heavily used, and they're going to be for street photographers because of what they offer, the portability of it and everything. Yes, it's just a point and shoot, but it is pretty damn advanced for what it is around the $1,000 mark. Of course, that's an expensive price tag, but why wouldn't you just buy a more or less one that has similar features? Well, you can. You can always go a model down. You can even argue the Fuji X100 line, the X100F, is also a point-and-shoot style camera. Why not get the XT2, XT3, X Pro 2, etc.? So that's how I kind of think of it. But then you go to the extreme, the Leica Q2. $5,000, absolute joke. Who would ever need something like that? But my argument really comes down to, who cares about how someone spends their money again? And it's kind of like the Apple effect. I like, think of it even in the sphere of, like, you love Nikon stuff, you want to upgrade, get some of the better, the greatest, you're going to spend thousands more dollars to do it, but you like what's in that sphere. And I kind of think of it like the Apple effect in that regards. Now, it's going to be cheaper, obviously, PCs you can get out there than if you go to a MacBook Pro, but because of the environment and the ecosystem that you're in, it might make sense for you to have an iMac, to have an iPhone, and to go with maybe a MacBook Pro on the road type of thing, just because everything works so well together and you're already geared up towards having a lot of the things that are Apple. It's not really a whole fanboy debate. It really isn't. And once again, that is a very uneducated topic that really needs to stop, and it's just very sad in our niche. You could even equate it to someone not even using just a camera, but an f.95 lens. They're not going to shoot with that every single day at a wedding. They're going to use that specifically for a specialty shot that looks amazing to capture the moment that they wanted. So my argument is, there is a lot of specialty out there, and I think it's just too narrow of a scope on what that means, and it's kind of frowned upon that things are expensive. That f/9.5 lens, some of these 1.4s, 1.2s are very, very expensive. Yes, again, there are specialty cameras, lenses, etc. But if someone wants to spend a little bit more to get a little model up, to get a different colors or, color or model or something like that, I think that is a very valid thing to do. Once again, market determines price. A market will determine if they want to buy it or not. Think of it like a car, and yes, you can equate it to a car. You can get a base model of a car, but if you want a little bit of turbo, you want a little bit more of a boost, you want a different color, the price goes up a little bit here and there. So for that extra $5,000, you might want that boost in that car you were going to get. Well, you're going to get something that you want. Yes, it costs more money, it's more specialty, but it still provides what the base provided, maybe a little bit more. But think about that in the camera scope of things. You know, Leica, you can get stuff for under $2,000. You don't have to get the Leica Q model, the M10, the QP, etc. But there's the CL that's like $2,500 to $3,000. Then you can get the Q2 that's $5,000, etc., etc. That being said, there's nothing wrong with specialty cameras. If you can't afford them, don't let that be a reason to say it's a crap camera. If it's a bad camera, people will share that it's a bad camera with proven facts and proofs and actually taking it out than someone just sitting there. So, specialty cameras, that's why they're a thing. For a specific person, niche, their interests, their needs, and they're being made because they're selling. A lot of the stuff out there is selling, no matter what you want to think or not. Yeah, but I want to hear your thoughts. Should specialty cameras be a thing? Or is it something that people are just overreacting to because it's the internet and they have a keyboard and they're just willing to disagree just to get something started? But other than that, specialty cameras, they're a thing. If they're not for you, they're not for you. Stick with whatever camera that you have, DSLR or mirrorless, whatever the brand is, and then continue enjoy shooting with that. But let the other person not get harassed about it. And this didn't happen to me, by the way. But let another person not get harassed because they want a $5,000, $6,000 camera. Let them do their thing. You're not their sugar daddy, sugar mama. They pay their own bills and they pay their own stuff. So get over it. Or make more money and buy something even though you're just kind of jealous maybe. Jealousy sucks. Envy sucks. Getting what's right for you is the most important thing. And this is all about art. Be open, be creative. It's supposed to be fun. Specialty.